it's you got to get that first win, and it changes everything, changes the week, changes the momentum. To hear them get a chance to sing the song in the locker room is good. So again, it creates a lot of positive energy for the week, which we haven't had the last couple of weeks. You just feel that kind of hanging over you. But I thought our guys, managed this game well. It starts really with the defense. The defense set the tone first in the first half, while the offense was trying to get their feet underneath them. And so to hold them to 6 points at halftime, I think it was, and then allow the offense to go out and start to get some momentum and play with a 2-score lead. That's the type of football game we're used to playing.
Zach, how much did you work out Joe today, and when did you definitively know that he'd be able to go?
He did a little bit this morning, and really just to take the place of his pregame stuff that he usually does.
What were the conversations like as you all tried to assess whether he was in the
it's always we were in a good shape the last couple of days. We felt like we knew where this was headed, and so we were in a good spot.
Zach, Jamar was pretty vocal about saying he wanted to get the ball more. Burrow said he wanted to find a way to get him the ball more. Did it exceed your expectations tonight, his performance?
No, because you got a high standard for Jamar, and we're trying to find as many ways to always get him the ball. That's not anything new. And so again, he stepped up to the challenge and made some big plays for us.
How much was Burrow lobbying throughout the week to be able to be in a position to play?
He's a competitor.
You make the decision to play Burrow. Did you know when you made that decision that he'd be able to throw the ball 49 times in a game like that?
Yeah, there's a lot of RPOs involved in that, So we'll watch and just see how many we called. But there's oftentimes we're calling a run, and he's taking a completion on the run, and usually it's an efficient game for us. So, we'll look at how many called passes we actually called. It felt like for a while there we were in too much to get back on tracks. When they were playing dime and. So they got a little – there was probably 3 or 4 series stretch there that just wasn't going our way, and we couldn't get that first efficient play on 1st and 10, whether it was run or pass, and that set us back a little bit. They did a good job there, and we were able to adjust to that in the second half.
Zach, can you assess the defense and what it meant for that unit to be able to play with a lead for a change?
Yeah, no kidding. And that's the whole key. We tried to start fast. Obviously, we took the ball, kind of stalled out there and then missed that field goal. But our defense kept us right in this thing. And 1 and 11 on third downs. The 2 interceptions, how many sacks? 5 or 6 sacks. That was outstanding. The run defense I thought was outstanding as well, which is understated because it forces them into those situations they got to throw it, and that's where you get the pressure. So I thought Lou did a great job dialing up pressures at the right time. That put these guys in a good position, and that was a great job by our defense today.
One of the big plays early, Atwell goes out, touchdown at first, gets replayed.
Yeah.
Then 2-yard line, then DJ gets the big sack.
Yeah.
How big was that moment?
Enormous, and I'm not sure who made the play to help him get him out, on the reverse. And so, that's a big stand right there by our defense, and just not giving up, not being deflated because they thought they scored a touchdown, and then we got to go back out there and the ball's on the 3, and then DJ sets the tone right there. So just thought our guys played tremendous on defense.
You had a couple of motion penalties there early in the game.
Yeah.
What was going on with that? Communication?
No, 3 different people on 3 different snaps, and we can't have that, because then it affected our cadence going forward there for a couple of possessions, and they did a good job timing up some of their plug pressures. So, that's something we got to get rectified. We can't have that, and that's not been us, right? We've been a really disciplined team, and usually win the penalty battle, and that as much as anything, we were 3rd and 1 in the first half, and we ended up in 3rd and 11, and that's we can't tolerate that.
I know you said Joe's a competitor, but was there ever a moment for you where you didn't think you would be able to play tonight over the past 8 days or so since tweaking?
Well, you just take it. I'm in here saying day to day because that's what we're doing, and it's you just never fully know, and you just want honest responses from him, which he gave, and you talk to the doctors, and everyone gets on the same page and feels good about it, and he goes out there and delivers a performance like he did.
There was a lot of questions about how mobile he could be. When you decided to call that naked, that ended up on that 43, what led to the decision? That was there something you felt over the course of the game that felt comfortable putting him in that spot?
That was a discussion that we had the last couple of days is whether we felt comfortable doing it or not, and I asked him a couple of plays before, and he felt good about it. And so it's really limited. It's not much, when you watch that play. It's a quick toss. I'm gonna put the over/under on like 7 steps he took before he whipped out the bench route to Jamar. So he did a great job. He snapped his head around. He was ready for 97 on the edge, and Jamar did a great job coming out of it and selling like he was on the backside of the run.
Knowing that Joe was playing with what he was playing with, how important was it for the defense? How important was it for Jamar, just team effort-wise, to kind of pick Joe up a bit?
There's no doubt, and that's what this team has always been about. And, Joe's toughness, we're just used to it, so you kind of take it for granted at times because he's played through a lot of stuff over the last however many years he's been. What, 4 years? Is it 4 years? He's played here 4 years, and so again, he's always a guy that it's appreciated when your quarterback goes out there and is dealing with something as significant as he was, and able to battle through it, throw the ball 40-something times. So that was really, escaped a couple pressures too and got the ball out of his hand. So that was big time.
Another clutch play by Jamar. I don't know what your view of it was, but the third down reception where he had to reach behind him a little bit, I think it was 3rd and 10, and he got 13 yards. It seemed like a really big play. On that
yeah, I couldn't see very well. I know with the check, Joe checked that play and got it to Jamar, and I couldn't tell where the ball was going, and so it kind of surprised me to see Jamar catch it behind him. I don't know what the window looked like, but that was certainly a significant play. I think it put us in the red zone. Is that the one you're talking about? And so that was big time.
What do you like about the concept of a pistol fake pitch, play action, deep ball to Jamar? I don't know if we've seen that from you before.
Try not to put your quarterback under center, so you got to be creative.
Talking about being creative, trying to find those deep connections. I haven't been there as much as you probably like this season. How challenging has that been because of everything you guys are dealing with, some of the constraints? Is that a big reason why you haven't been able to get maybe as many of those deep shots in?
Every game is a little bit different. The first week, it was a rain game, and you're playing against, one of the better fronts in football. I think they've shown that over the last 3 weeks. Baltimore's pretty hell-bent on playing as much to safety and helping on top of our receivers as possible. This week is the same thing. They know they got Aaron Donald up front, so they're just going to play as soft as humanly possible to keep everything in front, make it go the length of the field, which you can see your defense got to play well, so it allows you to do that. So the biggest thing is for us just to continue to remain patient, be creative, take advantage of the shots when we get them. We may see a lot of that this year with the receivers we got. You got to get used to that.
Are you comfortable with the direction of the offense right now? Do you feel like you guys are close to where you want to be?
No. I thought the first half was really poor by all of us, starting with me not getting us in a very good rhythm with the play calls, the penalties we mentioned. So there was just too much a negative that was going on that's not been about us. I thought in the second half we played really well on offense. We had the turnover. It was an unbelievable pick by Witherspoon. Unbelievable. So I think we went down. Maybe we scored a touchdown. We had a field goal. We had the turnover on the pick. And then we got into 4-minute mode in those 13 runs. We felt that running the 2 minutes off the clock was more valuable than anything else given how our defense was playing. So first half really bad. Second half I thought was really good. We were able to move the ball quite a bit.
You took the ball on the coin toss. You took the ball.
Yeah. Try to play with the lead. We haven't done it all season. We've been down 2 scores in both the games we lost so far, and so just again felt like we wanted to try to attack them early on and put some points on the board. And usually our defense, when they got a lead, they play pretty well. And unfortunately, we weren't able to get points on the board on that first drive.
I know it's so early in the season, but do you feel like this was a win y'all needed to have, but still confidence that you can get to where you want to go?
Yeah, I think you don't want to look at 0-3. That's a tough spot to be in. Even though we're confident we can get out of anything and get on a tear and win a lot of games. That's the confidence we have. But it is important, especially with the short week coming up, and you just want to the crowd that we have in these home games. I think we're 6-0 when the lights come on, over the last 4 years when we play here. I could be wrong. I know that Raiders game, I think, was a 4:30 game the first year maybe in the playoffs. But I just know the feeling I got whenever the lights are on and our fans are here in the stadium. It is really loud. It causes a lot of problems. They almost called timeout several times with 1 second. I'm watching over there. So, even when they don't feel there was a false start or a delay, anything like that, our crowd makes a huge impact in these home games and especially these night games. And that was really cool to see all the fans turn out, and it was a great night for them, I hope.
Joe's known as a pretty even-keeled guy. What did it say about him today to not only deal with that injury, but especially after the rough start of the first half to continue to kind of stay cool and collect?
Yeah, I think that's the key. At halftime, everybody's got to respond the right way and not get frustrated, because it's an easy thing to get frustrated when you have 6 points at half, I think it was, and really just we hadn't been in much rhythm, and everybody was responsible for that. And I think you can see a lot about this team with how they responded in the second half. Defense got a lot of turnovers and sacks in the second half. Offense moved the ball, ate up the time of possession, got points on the board. Special teams stepped up big with some punt returns and some field goals. So I thought all in all, the second half was a complete team effort, and that's what we want to see.
I know it's only the third time y'all played them, but this is the first time you beat the Rams personally. Does this mean before you get?
We beat them in the preseason game last year, week 1. That's like our only preseason win in 4 years or 5 years. So No, there's no significance to it. You know, you play a lot of friends, you play a lot of former coworkers, you play a lot of family in this league, and you know, it maybe or maybe doesn't get made a lot of, but it's nothing significant to us.